YouTubers, Twitters, Facebookers, Vampire Freaks, Tumblr, Snapchatters, whatever social media networking website out there. I forget. It's truly yours, Donovan Kelly, coming at you, aka Occultic Babe. I believe this is April 29th, 2014. Approximately 3:18 a.m. Sunday Monday morning. I made this video kind of late because it's kind of blueprinting about how my Sindel costume is going to come out for this year. And I still got a few more materials to buy. Nevertheless, it's when you get into costume making, you're never done making your costumes and alternating. Luckily for me, though, that this costume doesn't require any props or weapons. Just got to buy a wig, and that's about it. This is another vlog, and the title of this vlog is going to be called A Fair Warning from the Universe. That's what I'll call this. As you guys know, I'm a witch. I've been into witchcraft now well off about, I'll say a good going on 7 years, because I didn't really take it serious in 2008. By the way, I'm playing Godsmack in the background. It's called Trippin', Trippin, and it's from the album. I think it's The Other Side, I think is the name of the album. I might be wrong. I think it might be the Faceless one. I'm not sure what album, but that was Godsmack, the song Trippin'. Thought it would make the mood a little festive. Sully's into witchcraft. Myself, I'm a witch, so I thought it would lighten the mood a little bit. But I want to talk to you about some rules here about the left-hand path of what I practice. A lot of you probably always wonder, why do I grow my nails on just the left hand? That symbolizes I only practice left-hand magic. I, again, have nails on the right hand, but I don't really practice right-hand magic. Therefore, I don't grow my nails on the right hand. I grow them on the left. This is my left hand, so, yeah, I'm like a cat or something, but no. So, therefore, I grow my nails only on my left hand, never the right. I know I say a lot of stuff on Facebook, and nothing really pisses me off more than when people don't pay attention. I'm not saying read everything that people post or read or look at every picture someone posts, but remember I told you guys before, if no one takes you serious, that means it does not respect you. People laugh and do all the shit they do and crap like that on their Facebooks and whatnot, and to me, that's not taking someone serious. Everybody that knows me knows what I'm into. They know my religion. They don't know my strength or my power, but they know what I'm into. My religion is very powerful. And this is all just me, pretty much, what I'm into myself. I got a few friends that are into the same type of stuff I'm teaching them, but they're way younger, so they're doing other things. I'm not going to give names or anything out because I never do that on any of my YouTube videos or movies, whatever you want to call it. But I understand that one of the satanic rules is to give those punishment that deserve it. Me, myself, there's a lot of people that disagree with Anton and what he said in his book. I agree with most of them for the simple fact they all things that I live and abide by. I'm not a Satanist, but I do only practice left-hand magic, so you can kind of say I have the same similarities. I don't agree with people that say they don't agree with the whole book, because my deal is, if you're going to practice left-hand magic, then do left-hand magic and practice it the right way. That'll be like a Christian picking up a Bible and disagreeing every chapter or every scripture in the Bible. Then why the hell did you buy it? Yeah, you can't hold grudges all your life. I understand that. That's true, right? You can't hold grudges on all your life, but that depends for me. It should be for everybody that practices left hand magic. You should give those punishment that deserve it. I made no mistakes in my life. Everybody I've got even with, they all deserved it. These were all deserving victims. These weren't people I was going to later on be friends with in life, or because that's it. You cast those people away and you forget about them. I'm not the forgiving type. I'm not the forgetful type. It's not so much it's holding a grudge. It's so much of the point of that's what you practice, so do it the right way. Don't waste Anton's time buying his book and fucking, not paying attention to what every word is said. Now, there are some people that do deserve to be gave more than 1 or 2 seconds, handful of second chances or so too. But that all depends on the person. If these people just want to keep it out, some people just keep it up and keep it up. And those are the people that are the deserving victims, the ones that, in my mind, or in my side of things, that won't stop. And I agree with everything in the Satanic Bible that Anton has to say, because he puts his finger on every letter he wrote in that book, and it made a lot of sense to me. And these were rules I was already abiding by before I even got into this type of religion. It showed me a side of life where people can just be nasty and cruel, and that's why human beings, they are the superior animal, so to speak. They are the superior animal. You can't just say, hey, I'm a witch, and I will never touch the Satanic Bible. Well, if you're a witch, believe it or not, as sad but true as this may sound, you have to read the other religions and see what your path is. For me, I chose left-hand path because that was the path that called out to me the most. You're right, you can't hold grudges all the time, but there's people out there you can hold a grudge to and it'll be damn well worth it. Not so much it depends on your sign or any of that kind of thing, but not only that, some people are just deserving victims and they deserve to do nothing but get hurt. And again, I'm not the forgiving type. That's not me. It all depends on the person. I'm not going to go around like if someone calls me a dumbass or they call me some type of weird name, then big deal. I could call them a name back and life goes on. But if someone going out of their way to do great harm to me and now they moved away to another state or whatever, they got a promotion on their job, their career, and they're no longer in the state that I'm in or in my atmosphere within your own realm, these are people that you just cast away. If they're no longer in your realm, they're nowhere near you within 3 feet of your living existence. That becomes intolerable anymore. And again, people need to realize if you're going to read the Satanic Bible that Anton wrote, read it and abide by the rules. If you're not going to abide by the rules of any religion you decide to sort of pick up along the way, or it's like all these Johnny-come-latelys and all these kids putting pentagrams and baphomets and everything and not understanding and studying what it's about. Read something and be into it. Don't half-ass it. If you're going to be a Satanist, then be a Satanist. If you're going to be a witch, be the goddamn best witch on the block. Don't say that, okay, I'm a Satanist and I disagree with it. That's understandable. That's figure of speech. Have your own opinion. But why waste Anton's time on buying his material and not abiding by most of the rules in there? And some of these rules I found out in the book that Anton wrote, in the left-hand path, all my left-hand path witches, well, all my witches out there in general. My thing is that these are a lot of rules that I have already was thinking of these were always rules that I was abiding by before I even got into this religion. I was always thought that bad people deserve bad things to happen to them. And again, these people are just, they're very vast monstrous, heartless individuals that they have no pangs of conscience of stepping on an innocent little bug that scurries across the pavement. That's just how some people are. Some people will never stop hurting, and they're just spiteful and they're vindictive, and that's just how they are. And those are the people in my realm. In my realm, those are the people that deserve nothing but pain and hatred uh, brought upon them, because they don't deserve kindness. And again, like I said, sure, you shouldn't hold grudges all the time, because grudges, you're right, don't get you anywhere. But that depends on the person you're holding a grudge. That depends on the situation you're holding a grudge about. There's some people there's some people who put their hands on someone and, put their hands on them. They go right back to being friends. And they said they'll never talk to the person a day in their life. For me, that's different. Once you cross that line, my line, that's it. There's only so much you can do. My friend used to say it a long time ago, an older woman I had as a friend. She was in her 70s. She's not with us here anymore. I'm not going to give names or details out. But a few of my vlogs, I have mentioned her, because I recently said I was going to get a tattoo of her name in like a soda beverage, if you will. A tattoo of it on her name of it. There's a limit. That's what she always used to say to me when she was with us, to what people can do to you, Donovan. And like, I'm learning now that I'm older, I'm starting to abide by and pay attention to all these things that people are telling me. My mom, for instance, says the same thing, She always tells me, Donovan, watch how people treat you. And you know what? I'm learning that. Now that I'm older, it's fascinating how you can, like, let things slide through one ear out the other when you're in your early times. Now you get older, it's like it's a must. It all comes as begin as it's like having your own kid when it comes to the responsibility of paying attention, because and again, now that you're older, you got to pay a lot attention to this stuff. But I like the rules about the way Anton Senator LaVey put it, because if it was not for him, we wouldn't understand life in another good way. And he put it in such a good way, and it made me understand. After watching all the countless videos on Satanism on YouTube and whatnot, it teaches me that people are mean and despiteful. They'll go out their way to hurt and harm you. Then they'll expect you to shake their hand, and they want to wine and dine as if nothing ever happened. That's not me. There might be some people that say their left-hand path and they go kissing their ass and shaking hands. To me, that's not left-hand magic. Left-hand magic is to give the people hell that deserved it, that went out their way to give you hell. You don't shake their hands and be friends with them. That's not the left-hand path. You read somewhere in the Satanic Bible, when it says smite thee and smack thee on the other side, never turn the cheek on your enemy, because that's when they know your lows. That's when they know your highs. That's how they know where to get you. I'm not saying go and take someone's life because, they threaten you or some sort. But no, that's what magic is there for. You go to your rituals, you go to your quiet place, whether it's in the woods or wherever it may be, and you cast your spell. That's what magic is for. That's what this religion is for. That's what any religion is for. You practice it. You know what you're doing. You make sure it's just, and that's it. It's not so much taking someone's life or shooting them with some type of weaponry of some sort. No, you don't do that, because then you're gambling with your own life. Then you're going to do time in jail. You don't go out taking someone's life because you're mad at them. That's something you don't want to do. I always use defending myself physically as plan B. Plan A was never my existence of thought where I'm going to use the fists and teeth theory. That's never been my number one motive at all. To me, I think fighting is stupid. Unless you have to defend yourself, then that's different. Then it's when you come in well endowed of the situation that's so significant. You cannot put your hands on someone that does not put their hands on you. So when Anton said in his Satanic Bible somewhere, I haven't read the whole thing from chapter to chapter. I just read little bits and pieces, but smite him on the cheek and smack me on the other. I don't think Anton Saint-Levay means go out and get a weapon and take someone's life. What he's simply saying is, you know, if someone does wrong to you, you do wrong to them, but you don't go around taking someone's life. But at the same time, right, it's not good to hold a grudge, but it depends on how full of hatred the person was that done this to you, or how full of anger and animosity and confusion they brought upon you, so you do the same thing back. It's not so much putting your hands on someone or striking them with your fist or kicking them or whatever the defense may be. And again, it's not so much that. Then you wind up in jail and you wind up paying a crap load full of money that you can't afford. You know, you go to jail for assault. That's a good 5 years. I mean, think about that. You only want to gamble that with your life? Do you really want to do time in jail and miss all the family time and hanging out and, you know, all the years going by? You don't want to do that. You're indicting yourself to go to jail if you do that, or gambling with your life is what I like to say. I don't want to copy off no one else's words, but then you gamble with your own life. So what Anton meant was when he said, smite man on the other cheek and smash him on the other, what he's simply saying is, you're into this left hand magic. You know, you're into or LHP for short, left hand path. So do yourself the kindest favor. You said you're into this type of practice, so get into it and mean it. Don't have any guilt. Don't have any regret. Do what you mean and do it. But Anton did not mean go buy a weapon and take someone's life. No, that's not what he meant. We witches, we are lovers too. We love, we care about people we love and care about, but it's to the point where anyone can be pushed to a limit. It's not so much whether you're into witchcraft or you're Christian or whatever you may be, but you're human first. So anybody can get pushed to a limit. And again, like Anton said, you know, you give people those kindness to those that deserve kindness, and you give those hell that deserve hell. In other words, don't beat around the bush. You're going to be a witch, practice it, do it the right way, and make sure it's just. Not so much go and hurt somebody and put them in a hospital. It's no need for all that. But that's what the universe is here for. The universe loves all of us. Sweet Lady Universe is there for us to do magic and take care of the enemies that deserve it. But, you know, and again, if these people who you are enemies with, what you do is you go, you study your things you're going to study, you clear your mind, you cleanse your mind, you practice on just what you're doing, you concentrate on it. And you get in your mind, you make all these significant dolls in your mind of whatnot, and you cast these people away. And again, Anton did not mean smite man on the cheek, smash him on the other. Not so much go out and buy a weapon and kill somebody, or not so much, you know, hold a grudge all your life. It just depends on who the person is. If the person is bad and horrible, then that person does not deserve nothing but to be treated just as bad as they treated you. And that's my thing too, I'm learning. You gotta be careful who you're friends with. You have to. It's a must. Because some people, you know, they'll party with you and all this shit. And they'll, you know, they'll sit down and shoot the shit and everything. But before you know it, they're despiteful towards you. It goes sour. And, you know, that's one thing that I had problems with. Preferably, I've always had problem with females. They automatically just want to be friends. And no, I don't have nothing wrong with that. But I'm 31 now, and like, I'm bisexual. So that's fine by me. I'm not the charmer guy. I'm not the best looking guy on planet Earth. I'm not this big meat and muscle Jersey Shore looking guy. And, you know, I'm probably more feminine than male anyway. I'm probably more feminine than masculine, but which is fine with me because that was my choice to make. I'm not the one that went out and spent all kinds of money on plastic surgery and that kind of crazy stuff. I'll never do that. Only surgery I ever had is on my teeth. Only cosmetic thing I had done. But my thing is, I always felt this, like, and I used to always know this one girl by the name of Tabby. She always say it's a curse that I'm a hopeless romantic. And I would think, but I don't really want a wife. I don't really want a girlfriend. Then again, I don't want a husband either. I just want someone I can relate to, someone that'll understand what my lifestyle's about, and I'll do the same with them, whether it be a male or a female. Because since I am bisexual, and it came to me in such a sense, not as a dream or a premonition yet, that some people, meaning whatever gender you may be, you're not the type that turns someone on. And I'm learning that I'm very repulsive. I'm very disheveled. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that in a cosmetic sense, whether it be a makeup, because we're talking about naturalness. We're not talking about makeup or tattoos, because that's all cosmetics too. That's modifying the body. That stuff can, you take it off or whatever, you change it up. My thing is, I always thought to myself before I got into this type of thing, before the shaving of the sides and whatnot came along, but I always told myself that, well, one day I was going to change, and I didn't quite know that I was going to be into the metal music and the shaved sides and whatnot, but I knew I was not going to stay with the same bells and whistles and jerseys and fitted caps for very long. And just at the age of 26 was when I made my big decision that the eyeliner that came on. I was like, you know what? Whether I get a girlfriend or not, it ain't going to matter, because you know what? I'm happy with Donovan. Every day I look in the mirror, I thank my sweet lady universe for letting me be able to get up and look at my beautiful face, because that's all that matters. I'm satisfying me. But the down part about it is I'm 31, and, well, it's very infuriating when your friends are talking about girls around you left or right, or your female friends are talking about it left and right, that they have their boyfriends and how intimate they are with their boyfriends. And I'm like, well, wait, where the hell's my intimacy at? Where's my boy or my girl, And it came to a situation to me like I just stopped caring, because females draw the line. It's just friends. And I've said a lot of these things on Facebook and whatnot, and I'm not ashamed. I'm very strong and solid. Don't looks can be deceiving. Don't let the makeup and whatnot fool you, because I'm not I am not sugar. I don't crumble at all. And I saw a little slice of life, like even when we have events here where I am, it's all the girls, they look at me like a freak, but I'm like, wait, let me think. Let's wait a second. We're both freaks. Because not in a sense where just the way we look, but the same mindset. They're looking at me, and I got piercings and earrings all over the place. And I'm looking at them, and they have the same thing going on. But I ask myself, why are they looking at me like I'm the weirdo? They're no much of a weirdo looking than I am, because they have the gauges and the crazy music too. So, and I thought that it's not even that. It's who you are is the reason people are not going to like you. I had a friend tell me this way back, and his name was Joe. And I think I told you guys a little about this insight on this story. He comes up to me. This was years ago. I was in my 20s. Today I'm 31. He goes, I'm going to tell you something. And he pulled me to the side. There's these girls I used to do favors for every now and then. And he says, Donovan. I'm like, yes, what is it? I call him Joe for short. His name was Joseph. And he goes, I'm going to tell you something. All this running around and shit you're doing for these girls, don't you know, they could say that someone could say they like you. I don't care what gender they are. They can look like they like you. They can say they like you all day long. But you know what? They can like your hair. They can like your clothes, your shoes. That does not necessarily mean they like your spirit or your attribute. And I put a meme up not too long ago, and it goes along with this. It was Tupac Shakur, a famous gangster rapper. He passed away years ago, and it was a meme I sent to a few friends, and it was just a picture of Tupac Shakur, and he had his Rolex on and everything else. He was real casual looking, and you guys know me, I'm not one for rap, but Tupac Shakur was an awesome guy. I don't care if you listen to rap or not. I just loved him as a person, period. And it said, some of the realest people don't have friends. And I had to send that because it made so much sense. Because if you think about it, they don't. Some of the realest, nicest guys don't get girlfriends. Some of the realest, nicest gay guys don't get boyfriends. Some of the realest, nicest bisexual guys don't get boys or girls, period. And it made a lot of sense to me because I'm like, well, that seems like that's Donovan. That's me. Not saying that I'm him, but that's what it seemed like because everybody my age they've been with 50 women and they're bragging about how they get girls and it's kind of demeaning to me. It's not fair, but it's not my fault. You see? Now, I go to events and whatnot. I'm not really into going to bars unless I go with a friend or something. I'm not really into that. That's not my deal. All these crazy dances, got to be careful. That's how people get hurt or even killed. So unless I'm with friends, I'm kind of a homebody when it comes to that kind of stuff unless I'm with other people. But it made me think that it makes a lot of sense because you think about this. All these people that say to your friends, you got to pay attention. I'm not saying that they're not, but it makes a lot of sense. And again, it takes me back to Anton Sander LaVey, what he said. Give those hell that deserve hell. Give those kindness that deserve kindness. And that's just the way it goes. I'm learning that. And these little premonitions in my mind make me state back to, I kind of like, well, not kind of, I love being a witch. I love the practice. I love the art part of it. I love the crafty part of it. I love the lifestyle of it. If I was a Christian, again, I would not be happy as I am today. I'm happy as a clam in the bottom of the sea. I was just not happy when I was a Christian. It was me, not me at all. It's like when I was into my hip hop clothing, that was not Donovan. I was not happy. So I'm satisfied, and I don't like to use the word happy a lot because happy is temporary. Happy is temporary. Think about when you were a little kid and you saw a TV show and you saw a commercial of a favorite toy you wanted. You play with that toy, you think it's the most awesomest thing ever. Let's say it's an action figure. New action figure comes on TV. You say, oh, Mom, Dad, I want that for Christmas. You get it. 1 year passed. You're bored of it already. You were happy, but you were happy for that one moment. So I don't like to use the word happy because happy is a temporary thing. You're happy when you're a kid. You're happy when it's your 3rd birthday party and you're scarfing down cake and ice cream and everything else. You're happy then, but now as an adult, it's not happy. You're satisfied. You're satisfied because you got a girlfriend. You're satisfied you got that new promotion at that job. You're satisfied because your paycheck was raised a little more because your boss done it for you. You're satisfied because you finally met the love of your life or you bought some new toy or whatever it may be. But happy it's temporary. It's not really an emotion like you think it is because happiness goes away. It comes and goes, It's no constant in a windy day. The wind doesn't always blow in the same direction, does it not? So that's my take on that. It just makes a lot more sense when you just pay attention to what the universe has to say. This is not for everybody. This path is not for everybody. This religion is not for everybody. And it's not. But what I put out there and what I say, it's for everybody to look at. Whether you're a kid or you're an adult, you can take this the good way or you can take it the negative way. But I'm not putting it in such a sadistic negative way. I'm just putting it in a sort of sense where it makes a lot of sense. That knows what it means. So in that case, I wouldn't say I'm a grudge holder. I'm holding a grudge because there's certain people that they deserve nothing but the worst. And there's people out there that deserve kindness. And again, give those kindness that deserve kindness. For those that, as far as Anton Sander LaVey and the sayings of smite man on the cheek and smash him on the other and leave no cheek unturned. What that is simply saying is it's not always fighting. It's in itself. It's a message in itself. If you're a real witch or a real Satanist, every real witch and real Satanist knows that there's no knives or guns. You don't have to do that. You can use your mind, your intellect, and your intelligence. It's all in here, and it's all in here. You don't need a weapon to cast someone away. The fate is never chosen. The fate chooses itself. I'm not one for putting my hands on people. I never been into that kind of thing. That to me is the most stupidest, the most cowardly, stupid, pointless things you can do. The superior human animal. And that's just what we are. We are the superior human animal. We are just and we are humans, and we have to learn that we give those that deserve kindness to those that deserve kindness. And for those that don't deserve kindness, you give them hell. So once again, understand what Dr. Anton Sander LaVey said when he said smash men or smite men on the cheek, smash him on the other. What he simply meant was, no, don't go out there putting your hands on people, because it's in doubt. You will be doing time, and doing time is not a fun thing. You don't want to do that. Your family's worrying about you. You're missing out on life. You're missing out on events with friends and family. That's stupid. That's stupidity. So understand when he said, smite man on the other cheek and smash one other. I like all the rules that Anton has to say. A lot of people disagree. So it will be, that's say what they will. But my deal is, why even pick the book up? Why even walk down the left-hand path if you're not going to read everything in it and go by the rules? A Bible's a book that Christians use and religious people use. They're going to pick it up and read it and disagree with it. What are they going to do? Take it back to the store because they disagree with the scriptures? No. Once you pick up a book, you get into the religion, you stay with it. So that's my take. You people, a lot of people that are Satanists and a lot of other witches beside myself, yes, you can buy a book or whatever and disagree with it, but my thing is, why even waste the money? Why even waste Anton LaVey's time by reading something and disagreeing with most of it? That's always been my rule, is bad people deserve bad things. Kindness to those deserve kindness. And that's the way it will be for me, whether it's male or female. Because if, in the end of the day, if you give me hell, I will give you hell. But the ones I love and care about, my friends, I couldn't see myself doing nothing bad to them. But other people, I've done what I had to do, but I'm just not the forgiving type. And I can't stress that enough. I'm not an evil person. I do believe in letting things go, but there's certain people that just don't deserve to stop the grudge holding. They don't deserve it. And it's like the longer you hold a grudge, depends on the person and the situation, the better your magic will be, the more powerful you'll be. And again, like Anton LaVey said, your enemies and your victims will become like, well, for that matter, your victims are your enemies, because victims is the equalizer to an enemy. They will become, like Dr. Anton Sander LaVey once said, your enemies will become like putty in your hands. You'll be able to mold them and cast them away. So on this day, let us all praise Sweet Lady's universe and walk down the left-hand path, if you will, with me the right way. Don't, listen to all these disheveled Johnny-come-latelys and all these scams and whatnot and try to shove it down your throat. Because, and again, you're walking down the left-hand path. You got to remember what path you choose. What path you choose is right for you. It's in your heart. It's in your soul. It's in your mind. It's not only the candles and the cauldrons and whatnot. And don't get it twisted, because us witches and Satanists, we are lovers. We love, we care, we love people. We're human beings too. But it's just that more people just need to pay attention to what Anton Sander LaVey had to say And more people should start paying attention to witchcraft just in general. Never pick up something and dabble in something unless you know what you're doing. Do not play with forces you do not understand. Don't get into something you don't know about, because with then and doubt, it's got to be within your own realm. It's like Carla LeVay once said on a talk show years ago. It's got to be within your own realm. And if left hand magic is your path, then study it, because it's just, and it's nothing to toy with. And again, it's another rule that I abide by. I've never been one that's big macho, guy that slams beers at the bar and tries to pick up chicks or guys, wherever it may be. Love should not be forced upon anybody. Sex should not be forced upon anybody neither. If someone's willing, then that's different. As far as the signal goes, or whatever you want to call it, or the mating call, it's not so much the shot girl or the beard maid puts down a napkin and say, "Hey, babe, call me," and writes a smiley face on top of her name and have a little heart drawn up above the last syllable of her name. It's not so much that. Not so much. It goes by if it's not willing, then don't force. Then again, it's wrong to force anybody into any type of sexual activity. That's always been my number one rule, even before I got into witchcraft. Like, I never been one to make first contact. It's not so much I'm shy or any of that, but it's just rude. I don't care if you're a guy trying to get with a girl, or vice versa, a girl trying to get with a guy, or whatever gender may be. But if it's forced upon you, that takes the originality, that takes the lust out of it, that takes the fun out of it. And sexuality is a thing that we enjoy, is a thing we endure. That's part of life, is sex. So my deal is that I never been one to make first moves. It's not so much, well, that's what sex is for. But yeah, sex is there for, but do you really want to gamble with your life and go to prison for sexually assaulting somebody? So that's what Anton Sander LaVey made. Don't make sexual advantages unless they're made upon you. If you're into run up to a girl, you see a cute girl in a bar or a party or whatever it may be, yes, by all means, you walk up, you approach her, say, "Hey, ma'am, how's your night going? I thought you're pretty attractive. Make sure she's single and she doesn't have a bunch of guys surrounding her, because that means 1 out of 10 that one of those guys may be her beau or her beau or whatever, or her mate, or whoever you want to call it. But yes, by all means, if you find someone attractive, yes, you approach them. They're a human being. You have a mouth, you have a voice, you have a mind. That's what it's there for. But what I'm saying is, you should not ever force yourself on someone, whether you're male or female. And these rules made a lot of sense to me when I read the Satanic Bible and the rules. Little bits and pieces I read, and it made a lot of sense to me. Those are my two main chapters I've heard on actually YouTube. I actually heard them. Those are the two main parts and the rules of the Satanic rule that I like a lot, because they make a lot of sense. They do. Those two parts make a lot of sense. This is left hand magic. Pay attention to what you're getting into. Before me even reading those two rules, that's always been my thing. A lot of people say I'm shy, and I'm not. I'm not shy one bit. I'm not scared. It's just that I never been the one to make the first move. That's just my deal, and that's my lifestyle on it. I'm bi, but that has nothing to do with it. If I see a cute guy, I don't make the first move. If I see a cute girl that attracts me, I don't make the first move. I'm not shy or creeped out. I just don't do it, because let's get outside of the religion here for a bit that I'm into. You cannot force yourself on anybody, period. All right? You give those people the chance to approach you, and if they don't, then you move on in life. It was not meant to be. It's got to be within your own realm, within your own lifestyle. Same thing goes for other things. Bad people deserve bad things. Good people deserve kind things to happen to them. Until next time, this is Donovan Kelly, sign off, aka Occultic Babe, at this respected secret area where I am. You guys have an awesome night. Add me, subscribe me if you haven't, at Occultic Babe at YouTube. I'm a witch. I'm an awesome person. A costume maker. Spring equinox. We should get out and enjoy it. This is witchcraft, and this is my channel, and this is life. This is life here on earth. Whether it's hell or heaven, whatever you make it, this is life on earth. So, with that being said, to all my witches and practicing witches alike, so mote it be, so it shall be. This is Donnie McKelly signing off, aka Occultic Babe. And again, kindness to those that deserve kindness, and hell to those that deserve hell. Smite man on the cheek, smash one another. It's not a weapon. Witchcraft is, it's in your mind, it's in your heart. You gotta have the imagination for it. You gotta have the heart and the soul for it. It's not so much going out to take a person's life, because that's just foolishness. That's just idioticracy. That's just stupidity. Guys, have an awesome night. Later.